Good. Hey. Hi. Hey, Amy. Thanks for coming. Oh, thank you. You too. Berlin. How's that then? Hey. I'm doing good. Thank you. How about you? So, I'm going to wait, obviously, a few minutes to gather a few of you. Great. I'm glad you got your tea. Always a good plan. And if you want to ask any specific questions, I'm going to ask you to do it in the question mark box thing at the bottom of the screen there. So we're doing that. The comments is for comments. So please, I love your comments and your emojis and whatever on the screen. But for questions, stick them in a question card, and then after I've done my whatever this is, then I'll look at your questions and answer anything that's in there that I want to answer. And ignore the ones I don't want to. I think I'm going to wait for one more and then go. That's all right with everyone. What's the percentage of you that's drinking tea then? Do we just have sassy moth on the tea? Okay. So I'm going to go for it. Basically, I've been thinking about espresso. Got it. So thanks for joining. I'm just going to go for it. I've been thinking about what I can do, what I can do. None of us can do much. This is so beyond any of us as individuals. This is a societal moment. Is there's no one person. There's literally the president, anyone at all. There's no one person who can do something. But we all have some agency. We all have some ability to respond. We are all responding, whether that's doing something or doing nothing. That is a response. So I've been thinking about how I can respond, and I'm getting together a whole bunch of different offerings. So basically, I'm in New York. Right now I'm in upstate New York, the state of New York as opposed to the city of New York. It's about an hour and a half's drive back to my apartment, which is in the Lower East Side. I live in a tenement building, which is a very old building for New York. It's 19th century, and it's where the original immigrants all came. 50% of all Americans can trace an ancestor back to the tiny neighborhood where the tenement buildings are. It's where every immigrant who came to this country came through. And so I've always been really aware of that as someone who's first generation. I just became a citizen last year. So I have a soft spot for being in that historical place. Sadly, that historical place is the center of the pandemic whirlwind for the world pretty much right now. And so because I got sick with COVID, I needed to get the hell out and go somewhere safe and get better. So I did that. Thanks, Amy. Hey, Tom. Good to see you. Anyway, so I came to the countryside, and that was 2 months ago now, nearly. It was 7 weeks. And I'm great. I'm really doing great now. It takes... This light's really weird. I'm trying to move the video, so that's a little better. So it takes forever to heal from this stuff, by the way. It's I had a really mild case. I wasn't concerned. But it just takes forever. It's lingering. It's the kind of forever going thing. So there's still the fucking light. Maybe I should just go indoors. I'm going to go indoors with my tea. so you can actually see me. It's kind of this little weird heaven glow. Yeah, it's better in here, isn't it? There's a thought of just doing it outside in nature. So I need to go to the city because the thing that I'm building in order to help everyone is part music, part video, part physical product. And the physical product side of things, which I'm going to be selling in order to raise funds for really great organizations that are able to do something in New York City. In order to create these products, not dissimilar to this, I need to go into the city in order to make sure that, do some quality control, go meet with manufacturers. Of course, I'm going to be using manufacturers in New York City because that's, again, it makes sense. The businesses are suffering, so it's like win-win. I get to commission something from a local New York business and then sell that thing to raise money for non-profits that are dealing with this. So that's my plan. And I'm going to do it really wisely. I'm not going to endanger myself. My apartment is completely safe. Nobody's been in there. It's 100% safe in there. So I can go there and be really safe and then wear some hardcore masks and go and deal with the product manufacturing and come the hell back. I'm not going to be traveling on the subway. You know what? I haven't been traveling on the subway for a really long time. I haven't trusted the subway for a long time. I've got sick off the subway. I got really bad flu. I'm sure it came from the subway. I've always been a little suspicious. I mean, it's like so gross. Anyone who's ever been to New York City can see for themselves. It's like very efficient. New Yorkers love it because it gets you from here to there. But it's dirty and disgusting. So there's no way I'm going to use that to get around. But I'll be able to use other methods of transport, bicycle, stuff like that. And so I'm going to go in order to get the manufacturing overseen and done so that we really create a beautiful product. And that way you guys are going to hopefully purchase this thing. And we're really hoping to get some support from across the board, from different musicians and artists and influencers to help help get this thing out there. So the thing I will tell you about another time, because there's still a bunch to decide. The exact manufacturer that I'm going to partner with, waiting for some graphic design issues to be sorted, and I think that involves a little widget that I need to get shipped from Amazon in order to get the whole thing happening. So there's going to be a delay. Aiming for the first week of June. Let's see if that's too soon, because that is still very soon. And then, so that's the product side of things. And then there's going to be music and videos. And so that stuff's going to be rolling out throughout the rest of this year and into next year. There's a conversation I started which involves a track that definitely isn't going to come out until 2021. For legal reasons, but we're looking at, there's a timeline, which is my favorite anyway. Historically, I really love to have a long lead-in time and a really well-planned strategy that means that you guys really get to have a high-quality offering and get it in a way that doesn't feel like a scramble. Meanwhile, I'm working really hard to get all that stuff together. And also refreshing all of my shit. Usually I'm so busy that my website, the copy on my website was written in 2013. I realized. I went through some of the deep pages and I was just like, oh my God, that's literally text that was written when the Mermaid song came out, which was 2013. It's 7 fucking years old, that stuff. So I'm refreshing some of that stuff, simplifying. Go check it out if you want. It's not quite ready for you. I think Monday is realistically when it's going to be actually finished. But have a look where I'm at so far. So that's me. And you. Now I'm just really aware. There's a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk over this last 7 weeks or so of quarantine about how the world's going to be and how we all have so much more time and this and that, or we're all, whatever it is, that the we're all is like so not the case. We are all having a completely different experience is all I'm aware of. You know, I just in my own inner circle, you know, I have one girlfriend who, she's an editor. She's a really successful TV editor. She has been doing 2 jobs because she was too scared to turn down the second job when it came in. So she's been doing 2 8-hour days every day for 6 weeks with an hour in between. So she does like a day and then she has an hour off to hang with her child who's 9, who's at home, and then she goes to work for another 8 hours, all of it in her basement. She's got a studio set up in her basement, which is how she's able to work. There's a nanny, a live-in nanny, thank God, also for the kid. So yeah, I'm talking about intense privilege, but I'm talking about like a really specific experience that this lady's having. She's just like working really hard and doing it with the chaos of, you know, even though there's a nanny, of course the kid wants her. So that's one example. And then I know, you know, I know people who are, you know, in the situation where they're happily working at home, and then there's the people who are like freaking the fuck out and can't pay their rent. I have one girlfriend who, I mean, she's terrified. She has no money. I don't know if she's been going to the food bank, but it wouldn't surprise me. She has no money. You know, so we do not have one experience. Why did I start going on about that? I guess just because I am in this very overwhelmed, almost like working really hard experience, and I wanted to acknowledge that that is not the case for everyone, and we all have a different experience of it. And I think that's the unifying thing, really. We're just all unified in the times are, you know, weird, to state the obvious. Okay, anyone got any questions? Meditation helps you? I don't know, for me actually. For me, music does that. Sitting meditation is, you know, a thing. I've done a bunch. I did Vipassana. I did Vipassana was that 10-day retreat, 8-day retreat? I forget now. You know, it's great. Not anti it. I don't think it's a panacea for everyone and all ills. And also, it's not necessarily something you can do if you're like, you know, I know you can do 5 minutes, whatever, but you can't, because it takes a moment to slow down the brain. So, yeah, and there's like doing the dishes is a form of meditation, and you know, everything is meditation if you want to turn it to that. So yeah, I was asking for questions in the question box, but I'm going to answer this one to Zednam Rock. Hey, how's the music work going outside this project? Anything coming up? Yeah. So the most recent thing I worked on, hey Nanita, the most recent thing I just worked on was a Vans commercial. So it's live, but I was kind of holding back in order to share it myself on my socials and you know, on the website and stuff. So I'm really excited about it. It was such a lovely project to do. The director is this guy Joel Fox, who's awesome. He's done a bunch of like, you know, hardcore. He did a thing called Gabba Gabba Hey, which is a big kids show in the States. And he's just like this kind of came from this kid kind of brain where he's like really anarchic and fun. And you know, my work is not often in the fun category because I'm strings, so it's usually like emotion or sophisticated or something, but like this dude's like hilarious and fun. And we approached this Vans commercial together with that kind of idea. And so I basically started sampling. I had a toy train, electric train set, so sampled that thing, stuck some strings with it, and made this crunchy kind of really processed, textured soundtrack to go with his shoe. So he got a Vans shoe and put it in a bath of chemicals and then put a time-lapse camera on it. So he did a time-lapse capture of the shoe all kind of crunching together, the crystals growing out of the shoe. They're all multicolors. The train noise is to kind of give the sound of the crystals. And then, not to give it away, but there's a moment about halfway through when a bunch of wizards come, basically. He green screened a bunch of wizards, bam, come around. So that was fun, you know, and just went live, and I'm gonna, you know, put an announcement out about that soon and share it. Basically, probably after the weekend. This weekend, seriously, I just have to keep overhauling this fucking website. 2013, those words. Yeah, so I'm cleansing that stuff and putting up fresh content and videos and music there. But yeah, that's the most recent thing. I guess over the weekend also I'm going to be recording some strings. Thanks Zednon Rock. Recording some strings for a project with a guy in Los Angeles as well. We've been collaborating on this week. Kind of a lo-fi hip hop, I want to say, which is a really nice job. Hey, anyone else got any questions for me? Quick look at the merchandise, just in case you want it. In case you want it, you do, don't you? Don't you want that? Yeah, you're gonna be able to get it soon. soon. Raising funds for COVID relief in New York City. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the screen. Thank you, Sassy Moss. It's coming your way. Anyone else? Have I got anything? I should have made a list. I made a small list. Yeah, I think I've covered it all, really. Oh! So, my publicist. Hey, Tina. Lovely to see you there. Lovely to see you. Oh, Hastings. Tina's in Hastings, England. It's a little seaside town that's full of art and creativity, and she's a powerhouse in Hastings, UK. She puts on music events and art and does all kinds of incredible stuff. Feel free to jump in, Tina, as well, if you want to request. Okay. Tom, do you see any upsides or potential opportunities coming out of this? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. This is a crazy chaos time. There's both. I mean, I guess that is a really good question. You know, a lot of people are just dwelling on, you know, especially as a musician. I mean, most musicians are just doom and fucking gloom about the whole thing, and it's like completely fair enough, because there's a lot of doom and gloom to focus on if that's what you want to do. But my brain is just wired to always look at, you know, just not just dwell on that shit. So yeah, you got to acknowledge the doom and gloom. It's like the entire music industry pretty much is out of work. 80%, I believe, 80% is the figure I've heard bandied around. On the good side, okay, so live music, here's a few ideas for live music, for anyone who wants live ideas, music things, is number one, if you are a singer-songwriter or some other person who can be mobile, you can throw up something on social media with your Venmo link, and you can be invited to go troubadour completely safely on somebody's front porch, lawn, not porch is too close, on their lawn. So you could show up from a distance, good 6 feet, and sing for them, do a song that will brighten their day, no end, and they can pay you using Venmo. All of this is contactless, all of this is safe, all of this is completely at a distance. That's one idea. Another idea for a live show could be, for a bigger show, the local parking lot. You're in the middle, cars come, everybody's in their own car with their headlights on at night, illuminating you in the middle. You can perform with some amps, and they can illuminate you and be safe in their cars. Sound good, right? Yeah. So that's live music opportunities. For me as a composer, I'm working really hard because I'm just really aware that like Netflix is having a boom. This is the gold rush for online digital streaming content. So not just music on its own necessarily, but like to picture, music for videos. I mean, I just did one. I just did a commercial for Vans, you know. So that's where I'm focused, and I'm looking at what can be done. And I invite you to do the same, whatever your industry. And I know there are some industries where it seems like there's nothing. You know, there's one lady I know who's a hairstylist, and she's just so deflated. But even in that area, I mean, people still need their hair done. They just can't have you do it. But if you provide tuition via video or via Zoom, you know, I'm sure I haven't crunched how to do hair ideas. I've crunched music, but I do believe in possibilities for everyone, you know, for innovation and figuring it out. Okay, Tina, yes, always up for collaborations, and the water is like, there is no water now, you know. We're in a digital world, so collaborations can, you know, there's no difference between a neighbor in New York and a neighbor in Taiwan, you know, where I have been reaching out as well, by the way, because I have strong connections in Asia, specifically Taiwan, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but like Taiwan had the very best response to COVID of anywhere in the world. The best response. Look it up if you don't know about Taiwan's response. It's incredible. They had 6 deaths in the entire country, and they're like 200 miles off the coast of China. It's like they should have been completely slammed, and they weren't, because they are genius and they're a fantastic country. And I spent time there, and I love Taiwan, and I love a bunch of musicians in Taiwan. So yes, I've been working to try and make that happen. Not happened yet, but I'm confident. And yeah, in general, to answer Tina, totally up for collaborations with anyone, anywhere, really. Well, to know about it, I am, as I mentioned, insanely busy, so it's not a given. I can't, like, you know, say for sure I want to do a project before I see it, but like definitely really open to hearing, always have been very open to hearing about projects and collaborations. Yeah, I love doing what I do, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick look at the actual questions thing. Is that the questions thing? No, I haven't done this before. Give me a second. Where is the questions thing showing me questions? Oh, there we go, there's one. Let's see. Does working online work for you, as in remote projects? Great question. Yeah. It depends what they are, I guess. But when I was talking about composing to picture, there's zero difference. Honestly, I'm very it's like most musicians are kind of like, I'm really not fortunate. I'm like, I'm very fucking fortunate as a musician in this moment, because I really, not a lot has changed. I work from home anyway. If I'm live on tour, that side's gone, but all of the composing is, anyway, it's just me in my room. So it's me in my room still, no different. And so the director can send me a cut, and I can compose to it. And if I want to collaborate with other musicians, I mean, it's not as great as doing it in the same room, obviously, but the technology is there. It's pretty good. If I'm working with really good people who have good home recording setups, then I can easily just kind of coordinate. We have a FaceTime call. I send really detailed notes. You know, it honestly isn't a big issue. So yeah, good question. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, there was something else here. What do you think about the idea of FM concerts? I have no idea what an FM concert is. I've never heard of an FM concert. Yeah. Anyone else here? No, I'm doing stuff that's weird on the technology. Okay. Anything else? Do you guys see that message? There's a message came up on my screen. Not sure if you saw it anyway. I think I probably covered most of it. yeah, I guess to say I do have a team. Some of them I know are watching right now as well. I've put together a team so that we can get this music and videos and products out to you when the time is right, as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, as widespread as possible. Um, Seashell Eye, thank you. You say you love this shirt. So I kind of can't say, but you know, it wouldn't be amazing if something like this shirt maybe is one of the things you could get, you know? Maybe. But I didn't say that because we've not announced it yet. But there might be something a bit like this shirt that could be available potentially to raise funds for a COVID New York City nonprofit. Okay. See? Has an actual stage, but does it? Okay. So I'm getting distracted looking at scrolling through my thing. I guess this is why I was asking for the you know what, one of my team is here. So there's a lady called Hannah, and she's asked me, she sent a request to be in the live video, and so why don't we just get her up, because I'm kind of bored of myself. So should get you up. Are you up? I think we're doing it. Here she is. Hannah. Hello.
Hi, Mina. How are you?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, great. Where are you at?
We were just taking my little guy out here, hey, baby,
Birthday.
for his afternoon walk.
How lovely.
Yes. You were saying?
No, I saw you were there, and I guess I was saying how, you know, put together a team to help get the music and videos and products, anonymous products, out when the time is right. And so I saw you were there and figured come say hello to everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah. I'm in Astoria, New York right now, which you might know is one of the harder hit areas. We're about 1 or 2 zip codes away from Elmhurst, which is where a lot of this started to spiral. But you know, people are doing really, really great with social distancing and wearing masks and all of that. So looks like we're on the mend. But this, of course, does bring out the aspect of music for video for Mina. We are really, really excited to be working with her. And, you know, now is the time where everybody, case in point, is on their phones, and everybody is looking for new content, looking to be inspired. And Mina is pushing forward. Mina has very, very concrete and really exciting ideas for what's to come in the next few months. We actually have mentally mapped out a plan through the end of 2020. So be on the lookout. We've got not just content, but other goodies coming.
Yes, we do. Great, thank you.
Of course.
I'm so glad to be working with you on this, Hannah.
Oh, glad to be working with you too, Mina.
Yeah. All right, we should take our love fest privately at some point.
Will do.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, saying hi to everyone.
Will do.
Okay, that was very nice. Very nice love fest with Hannah. And any other questions on the question mark card thing at the bottom? Comments, anything? So I'm going to disappear if not. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope, you're all done, I think. Okay, great. Thanks for joining me. It's really nice to see you all, Ish, to have you here with me. Yeah, that's it. Over and out. Take care. Be well. Be safe. Stay, just do that stuff. All right. Bye.